And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Giants. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
Here we go! White 90! White
Here's Gallman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Ohio. Hey.
They'll look to throw here. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. The give to the fullback on the dive. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play fake here on 1st down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A shotgun snap for Newton. This is brought in by Gibson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He may try and run for this. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. After the run, Newton going to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Let's rock now.
On the give, this is their full hook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On first down, Newton. This is taken in by Chad Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama, then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough, he's compact enough to break those tackles. I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. Carry here for their fullback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Carlos Hyde, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Ohio! Ohio!
Gallman will run it. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Grand 38!
On the toss, there goes Gallman. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
Now Gallman. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
This is Gallman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Hut.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On 1st down, it's Newton. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. New York set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Let's rock now. Gun, gun, gun. Gun, gun. Green. The hook. Look free. Check back the ladder.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. This is 3rd and goal, and this Giants defense they have withstood the test thus far.
Let's rock now.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Carlos Hyde with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And his kick is good. Gold now out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And New York set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now they go screen. It's complete. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He'll look to throw. Throwing deep for Murray. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Murray. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And he's able to put it through. Zerline out now to kick this one away. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Check 9. Gun. Check 3.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets them a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And with time running down, they go down to a... All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this.
It's caught inside the 25. Now, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has their only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run again here with Gallman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll set up to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Here's Newton now on second down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Out of the gun, Newton. And able to find Kirk complete. 23 yards on the play.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready, 780. Gun. Ready. Set.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
On second down, here's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Now Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. In for the score. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach, his head coach, to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. To throw on 2nd down, Newton. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And take it right on the 30. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. His throw incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems...
He's going to be met at about the 43. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. 4th quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Newton. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
They'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Flex round. Flex round.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
They're going to look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Got the man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Here we go, fellas.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Back to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Flex round! Ohio! 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 Ohio!
And they'll go on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that?
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And New York set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Murray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's Shepard. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 46. Now back to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
He'll drop to throw. Escape. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. It's their quarterback with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Then the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This, in all probability, another run here on second and 8. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Ready? Like 80.
And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy.